What's up, everybody? This is VisitJoan, and today I am doing a blue Californian house. Now, I don't know if this is actually a Californian style house or a house you would find in California, but I put it in Del Sol Valley, and that's good enough for me. I had to call it something. I built this house for the Greenwood family, and some of you may recognize that family from my Let's Play Appleton series from earlier this year. And by some of you, I mean solely Simmer Aaron, because she and Amanda were really the only ones around when I had that going on in my channel. And basically what it was a Sims 2 Let's Play where I created my own neighborhood from scratch, created all the Sims, built all the houses, built all the community lots and everything. And it went around for about like 15 episodes until my computer decided that it was going to rebel against me and break. So I pretty much lost all of my save files, everything, all of that work just gone. But it really kind of ended up being a good thing because then I had like a month and a half to actually think about what I actually wanted to do with my channel. And I really like the direction it is going so far. And well, I need families to live in these houses that I'm building, so I just figured, I was in the shower. I don't know why the best ideas come in the shower, but you know how they say you take a thoughtful shower, and in The Sims, bleh, I'm sorry. Ignore all of that. I am messing over my words. But you know how in The Sims, where you take a thoughtful shower and then you end up inspired? Like, sometimes that works. Like, I don't know, I've had brilliant ideas when I was hanging upside down in gymnastics. It's just weird when ideas will just pop into your head. But anyway, I was in the shower and I figured, you know what? Why don't I recreate some of these Appleton families in The Sims 4? Now, I'm not going to do all of them because I have like a big majority of teenage girls compared to teenage boys, and I need to even that out because I use them as extras. But I figured it would really be, kind of a cool thing to do as like, a homage to the beginning of my channel. Because while, it may have seemed like the whole Appleton series was pointless because it was never finished, Simmer Aaron did find me, and if it wasn't for her, I would still be at like 10 subscribers. So it wasn't a complete waste of time. But it was really interesting in the fact that I was able to actually, go and recreate these characters and build new houses for them in a game that works so much better with building. I mean, the clutter and stuff that we have in The Sims 4 and the way we can build in The Sims 4 is like basically far surpasses what we were even able to do in The Sims 2. And don't get me wrong, The Sims 2 is a fantastic game in terms of gameplay, but The Sims 4 really has an excellent build mode. And while I'm not going to tell you a lot about this family because I've already done it in an earlier video that went up probably back in January, don't exactly remember when, but you guys will find it on my channel if you go to playlists and you go under, Appleton. But for a quick summary, it is 2 parents and their 3 daughters. So I found this house basically not this past Saturday, but I think the Saturday before that when they were doing Simspiration Saturday over at the Sims Creators Community, and somebody posted a picture of this house. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to build this house. So, well, I went and built the house. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't have any problems starting with where the heck I was going to put this house, but basically what happened is I was thinking, okay, I have a beach lot. Well, not a beach lot. I mean beach in the terms of, like, there's sand on it, but there's no ocean on it. I have, like, one of those left in Sulani. It used to be a community lot, but since I made one of the residential lots a community lot, I decided to make that one a residential lot. But it was, like, 20 by 30 or 30 by 20. It was more wide than long, and that wasn't good enough. I had to have something that was more long than wide, so that was out. So then I started thinking, okay, what about if I go to Del Sol Valley? And I was able to find the perfect lot there in the Mirage Park. So that's where I ended up placing this. I think it looks pretty good here. It does kind of look like California's. And I probably would still be furnishing it right now, except that I got to the point where I just couldn't find anything to, put on the shelves and make it look like an actual home. Like when I'm looking at the whatchamacallit cupboard over here. I think it's a cupboard. I don't know. I wouldn't call that a cupboard. I call it, actually, I don't even know what I would call it. But it's got a whole bunch of like knickknacks and stuff in it. We got stuff that I made at Polka Dot Pots, at Wilderness, and there's glasses, and there's Pikachu timers, apparently, and Beanie Baby guinea pigs, and, stuff like that. There's a lantern there. So, I'm just, you know what, maybe that's what I should have put. I should have put a lantern. But, usually I am good at that, but I was going through scrolling, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I cannot find anything. So I decided, okay, I really just need to take a break. So I decided, since, nobody was home, And I figured I might as well just get a head start on this voiceover while the opportunity is there. And speaking of recording, sorry if you could hear the garage door, you probably can't, but if you can, I'm sorry. But speaking of recording, yesterday I went to record some scenes for Trouble in Paradise, and I get that done, and then go to turn off the recording on OBS, and I realize that I never started recording. And I'm like, okay, I'm done for right now. No more today. Nuh-uh. So I'm kind of taking a little break from that. And I'm not really all that mad at it because, it wasn't all that much that I had recorded, or at least thought I was recording. But, I kind of wanted to redo a little bit of some of the house anyway before I did some more scenes. So it really wasn't that bad. And, it was just a minor annoyance. I wasn't like completely and totally ticked off. And it was also just kind of funny. But anyway, now onto the build, and I realize that some of you guys don't really care about these stories and stuff like that, but you know what? Sometimes I just don't have 30 minutes worth of stuff to talk about. Oh my goodness, I am. It's today is kind of a mixed mash for me because of, some stuff that's going on, and, I have a couple of former friends who are celebrating their birthday today, and it's a really long story. I'm not going to get into that. But I might just totally and completely, mess this up, so please forgive me. But, I realize that there are a lot of people who just want to hear about the build for the entire voiceover. And you know what? Sometimes I just don't have 30 minutes of stuff solely about the build to talk about, And so, I kind of have to fill it with something. I mean, I could do music, but honestly, I just kind of don't like that because it just feels like kind of like a cheap way out, you know what I mean? And no offense to anybody who actually does that. If you honestly like that or prefer that, that's fine. But, and it's not that like, I won't watch videos where people do that because I just think that's really kind of insulting to the creator. I mean, they took their time to build this house. And if you're interested in the build, then you should watch the video, It kind of, when, people talk about, if you don't talk about the build, I'm not going to watch your videos, I'm not going to lie, that's a little bit insulting. Like, I just personally don't like it when people go on and on and on about what they did in the build. Like, I used this from this pack, and I used that, and then I did this. And I'm like, I'm watching this video. I can see what you're doing. I don't need to hear about it. But that doesn't keep me from watching somebody's video if I want to support them or if I'm interested in the build. Now, I know there are a few exceptions because I just feel like people, when they, like, insult other builds, especially, like, when people insult, like, buildings by EA, I know there's a lot of people that don't like the EA houses, but, there was a time not that long ago when I wished I could build as good a houses as they were. So, that just really just drives me nuts and annoys me, so I won't watch those videos where people do that. But other than that, my personal preferences don't determine whether I watch somebody's build. It depends on, what is actually being built. And also, I really just have kind of like a short attention span. Like, if I'm not totally engrossed in what's going on in the video, or if I'm not eating or doing something else, like working on videos, then I'm really only interested in the video for about 5 minutes before I start wanting to check out something else. So an interesting, engaging commentary where people are just like, talking and you feel like you're actually talking to a person really helps me, stay interested in the video. But that's, I just wanted to throw that out there. But on to the build seriously, for real this time. I just want to let you guys know that I did cut out some of me cluttering things up just for the sake of time, because it was like 10 minutes into the video before I actually got to furnishing the inside. And there are some older videos I've done where it just wasn't like that, but when I'm actually taking my time and doing the outside, it just gets to that point. And like I said, I know there are some people like myself that don't really have that long of an attention span. So I just don't want to make the video too long. I'm sorry if you want to see every single little piece of clutter, but you know what? This video is already like 20 minutes long. I just don't want to make it too long in case you're just really just don't have the time. That being said, I did kind of utilize some things I did see in like other people's builds, like the pool that kind of goes over the deck. I really wanted to do that with this particular house. And so, when I was building it, or when I went to actually, build the house, I kind of started by making an outline in terrain paint, basically so that when I, actually went to build the actual structure of the house, I wouldn't have to edit and cut like 50,000 times. It could be just one smooth, I am putting the walls up, and it just makes it easier for me to edit on that part. But when I built the house, I built it kind of further back on the lot, And when I put the pool in, I realized I did not like the width of the pool. I wanted it to be a little bit wider, and so I had to move the whole entire house to the front. And that was just kind of really annoying. Well, not really annoying. It's just because I had the roof there for the driveway, and some reason it got deleted. I don't know how. It's just, yeah, I don't know how these things work. They just, oh my goodness. But yeah. So eventually, I did find a width of the pool that I did like, and so everything about that worked out in the end. Now, floor planning this house was kind of a pain in the butt because, I'm thinking, okay, given the family, I have to have at least 4 bedrooms. And that's really just kind of, it causes problems for me in the first run because, a lot of people, they do these houses with like 1 or 2 bedrooms. And I'm like, no, that's not going to work for me because my families usually have more than 1 child. And so I need, like 3, 4, 5 bedrooms. And it's just, I don't know, but yeah, with the really good floor plans, like it's hard to find ones that I want, and I don't really build off of floor plans that much anymore because they always just look completely horrible. But I'm gonna try to get better at that. But anyway, I built the outside off of a reference photo, and then I figured I'd have the floor plan in the middle. But I was trying to figure out. Sorry guys. I was trying to figure it out, and so I finally decided to have an open living room, dining room, and then have like a little kitchen, and then have the master bedroom on the first floor. So, also a little FYI, because you didn't see it on camera, but the first floor bathroom is a half bath. And that is because I was kind of figuring, okay, where am I going to put this first floor bathroom? I don't remember if I forgot to do it, but it kind of was an afterthought after the stairs. I put it in because, I had to figure out where I was going to put the stairs because I wanted them to be like an L shape. And I wanted them to be in a convenient spot on the upper level so that, it could do a convenient little hallway and have room for all of the other rooms. But, so I finally decided on something, and, I just figured, I'm just going to do a half bathroom on the downstairs because, you don't really need a shower on the downstairs bathroom. Some houses do, and sometimes I do put those in houses, but you really just don't need it, so I decided not to, mess with it. The kitchen, I don't really have that much to say about it. It's just another kitchen. I mean, there's nothing really special about the kitchen, but I was just trying to figure out which swatch rug to use. And then for the stairs, say what you want about my commentary, but this was timed perfectly. I've seen pictures of, little benches and little sofas on like the landing area of the stairs, and I really wanted to do this in this house. And fortunately, the Sim Gurus, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but they did make, the landings be actually an increment to where I can hit the 9 key and, oh goodness, whatchamacallit, and move things up. Now, I don't know if the sofa is actually functional. If I were to guess, I would say it isn't, but it's really just there more for looks, and at the time I am recording this voiceover, I haven't moved the family in yet, so I don't really know. Now, I put an island counter in front of the TV because I figured it's unique. I've never seen anybody do that, so I thought I'd try it out and see how it goes. Again, I haven't play tested this lot yet, so I don't know what is going to be functional and what isn't. But by the time, this will be up on the gallery before the next update. But by the time, this video's out and by the time it's on the gallery, I will know. So, and this was the part where I was just really having some trouble cluttering this place up. And, funny story, I was talking to my mom about building, and she asked me, wait, what do you mean by clutter? And I'm like, it's just putting stuff on shelves and stuff. And she's like, because that's not really clutter. Clutter is stuff you don't want there. Stuff you do want there is decorations. But either way, I was just having trouble deciding what I wanted to do where, and so I decided to take a break for, a day or two, and then come back to it. And I was doing a little bit better, and all of a sudden I realized that in my Sims 2 Let's Play, Marie is a potter. She actually does a lot of stuff on the pottery wheel. And so I just got out all of these vases, all of these stuff that looked like they were ceramics, and just put it around the house, put, flowers in it and stuff. And this right here, I saw a video, I think it was Malin Designs. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm correctly, oh my goodness, see, I'm not saying anything correctly, so I'm pretty sure I didn't say her name correctly. But she was using these cabinets as like shelves, and so I kind of wanted to do like a mix of that and this little thing from Jungle Adventure and actual shelves. And so, this took me a while to find something that actually looked good, but I think it turned out all right. And you'll see here that I do put like 3 little plates on the top shelf, and I figured that, each one was done by each of the children. So you have, the teenager who is basically able to paint, really pretty pictures and take a lot of time and detail, and then, the younger girls who can't really, aren't really like fine-tuned at painting and stuff like that. So I picked the little kind of messy little kid drawn flowers for the second one, and then I had the toddler be the one that just put her hand on there because, that's something that would it's just something a toddler could do. And then she could also paint the stuff and, so a little backstory behind that. And then, I was having trouble what to put on these little, like, end area things because I just I don't like any space in these houses to feel empty because there's, like, no space in any house that feels empty. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to put where, and so I decided on a book nook. And for this hallway that leads into the master bedroom, I kind of figured, this would be the perfect place for a laundry room. Because originally I wasn't going to put laundry in this lot. I just didn't have room for it when I did the floor plan. But then I realized, this place, there's nothing else going here. This would be perfect for it. I mean, my house has a specific room just for the washer and dryer, and the water heater, but that's a different story. But, a lot of people just put the washer and dryer in the basement or somewhere else or just in like a little nook. And, I figured that this would be, the perfect place for laundry and stuff like that. So that just isn't like a blank hallway in the middle of the, house. There we go. And also I realized at this point that I really wanted to give them a little like hamster or a hedgehog, or I don't even remember what pet I gave them. But I was trying to figure out where to put it, and eventually I did decide to put it where the 2 vases were. So, and I just wanted it in, like, the main room because, like, when pets are in, like, bedrooms and stuff like that, like, I just don't feel like a lot of people spend time in them. And it feels like, I want the pets to feel like they actually are part of the family. Like, my guinea pigs are in the living room, and because I spend a lot of time in the computer room ever since I got my new computer, I realized, I haven't been spending as much time, watching them as I used to. And that kind of makes me a little sad. I really just want to spend more time. But it's like, what can I do? I mean, I spend a lot of time in this room that I'm sitting in right now, but I also spend a lot of time in my computer room too. And it just, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that one out. But I just really wanted the pet in like an area where, everybody kind of gathers and everybody spends a lot of their time, so that the pet really felt like part of the family. Now, I did try something new in the master bedroom. I put, as you could see, those cabinets up there, and I did see something like that from, I think it was Pandy Sims. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Pandy Sims. But I decided to try it out because I really liked the way that it looked. And so I feel like I was lucky to find that pole from Seasons that I was able to size down, and it was the perfect size to make like, because I didn't want to put like the full cabinet there because, well, number one, the cabinets that I use don't have the full cabinet. They have like something that looks specifically, for a kitchen. So I didn't want to use that. But I also threw like just a couple of, business stories about Joseph's business endeavors around the room. And now we have moved on to the upstairs, and this is where, the room for the children, oh my goodness, sorry, I was just thinking about other things, but this is where the rooms for the children are. Oh my goodness, I really need to end this voiceover really soon. But, anyway, the parents, I feel like they don't really go up here that often unless it is to put, like, the toddler to bed. And so for the teenage girl, I kind of went with a blue theme, as you can see. And I was really having trouble with, this like little sofa thing because, well, first of all, I just wanted to use that particular sofa, but I always do. So I tried to look into using other ones, but this was the one that felt the most teen girl-ish to me. I don't even know if that's a proper adjective or not. It probably isn't. But, I was having trouble figuring out which lights to put there over it because, the lights, they just didn't fit. They didn't have, like, one string across all of the walls. And so I finally just shrunk down a thing of flip-flops and put it there. And as for, the curtains, I put shutters on the, the house because the house in the picture had shutters. but now it looks like there's like a window inside, which honestly looks really kind of stupid. So I put blinds over it, and I figured, since Samantha is a musician, I gave her a violin. She usually plays piano, but the piano's downstairs, so I also gave her a violin, and then I gave her like a music little mixing thing, because, I think that'd be something she would do. And here I am in the child's room, and I am trying something new here as well. Hopefully it works out. But with the desk, I was kind of taking inspiration from the desk I had used in her room in The Sims 2. I think it was the little desk that came with teen style stuff. So I was trying to like recreate something that kind of looked like that, because it had like many different shelves and stuff like that. And so this was obviously, the best I could do. But I think it looks pretty cool. I've never seen anyone do that before. I've never done that before. So I kind of like how it turned out with all of the little toys there. But the really annoying thing is they feel like they need to pick up their toys and then, put them in the toy box, and then it's not decorated anymore, which really kind of stinks. I have no idea what the heck is going on with that. And I put this mirror up here, and then when I was doing the other girl's room, I realized I forgot to put the music player in there. So I had to go back and put the music player up. And you'll see that in a minute, but this is the toddler's room, and this room actually has a door that goes out to a balcony. I don't know why this ended up being the toddler's room. I did not think that through at all, but apparently it is, and I'm not changing it. So it is what it is, guys, and, but at least the deck is, fenced off, so there's no danger of her falling, and there probably is a child-resistant thing on the door handle, so she can't get out. But anyway, you guys, this is the end of this build. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate it if you left a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, you guys, you can follow me on social media. If you want to see behind the scenes, fun facts, just snippets of what just goes on in my life or anything like that, be sure to follow me on Instagram at VisitJoan. And if you want to know not behind the scenes, that's on Instagram, but if you want just to hear me talk about Sims in general or other stuff I'm interested in, and to know when videos come out and stuff like that, be sure to okay, that's it. I'm done. But be sure to follow me on Twitter at VisitJoanVideos. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here since we are looking at the screenshots right now, and I'll be seeing y'all later. Bye, guys!